Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Tom Lynch, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the Maryland Bar Foundation. I also have the honor of welcoming you here tonight for this very important function. This is a very important function for the Maryland Bar Foundation, but also one of our most joyous functions for two reasons. One, we have the opportunity to honor two remarkable people for their enormous service to the system of justice, their communities, and for the benefit of all the citizens of the state of Maryland. They are mentors for many and role models for all of us. The second reason is we have the opportunity and pleasure to recognize and welcome all of our new fellows to the Maryland Bar Foundation, without whose support we would be unable to do what we do as a philanthropic organization, and that is make grants to organizations in furtherance of our mission to ensure equal access to justice. That's what we stand for, and with the new fellows, we'll be able to do more to accomplish that mission. So sit back, enjoy the event, and thank you so much for being here. I am really thankful that you are here, and thank you to the MSBA, our parent organization, for arranging this and for all the support that you have given to the Maryland Bar Foundation over the years. So thanks everyone, and enjoy. This is going to be a great event for everyone, and it's really an honor for us to be able to do it. So enjoy the event.
We're honored to be with you to introduce the Edward F. Shea Award, or as we call it, the POP Award. My name is Kathy Holden, and I'm here with my sister Mary Hendricks. We are two of Ed Shea's children. Since 1996, the Maryland Bar Foundation has honored our dad's memory and his impact on the legal profession by awarding the Shea Award to a young attorney who embodies the ideals of professionalism, civility, integrity, and commitment to public service, as Ed Shea did in his humble and loving way. His friend Herb Belgrad described him as a giant in the profession, who endeared himself to all who knew him as a man of character and integrity, as well as being a kind and gentle soul. That pretty much nails who our dad was. Known as the father of professionalism, he led efforts to maintain and sustain these qualities in the legal community. His efforts led the Maryland Court of Appeals to create a required course in professionalism in 1990.
If our father were here today, he would wonder what all the fuss was about. Yet this event has been a gentle reminder of the man our father was. Having attended this presentation since 1996 with our mom when she was still alive, we have been in awe of the legal giants who have been the recipients of this award. Over the years, we have seen 24 men and women who embody the qualities of integrity, compassion, service, commitment, and a passion for the law. Each recipient has been a reminder to us of our father and what he strived to achieve, both as an attorney and as a person. We are confident, under the leadership of Carl, that this year's recipient will follow in the traditions of the past award winners and embody the same values and principles as our dad did, both personally and professionally.
It's my great privilege to introduce this year's recipient of the Edward F. Shea Jr. Professionalism Award. The late Mr. Shea was a model of professionalism, civility, integrity, and public service. And this year's recipient is a friend of mine, someone I've looked to as a mentor and example for several years. He's not only an outstanding lawyer and advocate for Baltimore City, but he's also a community leader, an alum of the Peace Corps, a decorated athlete, and a dedicated husband and father to his wife and two young children. But on top of all these things, he's one of the kindest and most humble people you'll ever meet. Many listening to this will know by now that I'm talking about one person, and that's DeGraffenreidt. To me, Aaron is the embodiment of what this award is about and all of the things that Mr. Shea stood for. He's dedicated his entire career to the public interest. He started his law practice with Maryland Legal Aid as a housing advocate, fighting to keep people in their homes. Then he went to the Baltimore City Law Department, representing his city as an assistant city solicitor. And now he serves as general counsel to the Baltimore City Council. But Aaron has shined as a leader in so many other ways. He's been president of the Monumental City Bar Association. He's co-chaired the board of St. Elizabeth School. I've had the honor of serving alongside him on the Equal Justice Associates group supporting Maryland Legal Aid, where we both serve on the executive board. He's a former member of the MSBA's Leadership Academy, and there are so many other activities and recognitions that I could name if I only had more time. Aaron has gone well above and beyond to serve the legal profession and the community at large. He's inspired many others, including myself, along the way. And he's always been there when I ask him for advice or a favor in any way. So I couldn't be more excited to pass on this award, which has been the greatest honor of my career. And I'm passing it to someone who, at least in my judgment, is far more deserving than I was. So I want to give a hearty congratulations to Mr. Aaron DeGraffenreidt.
First, I want to thank the committee for choosing me for this award. It's an honor to be mentioned and seriously considered for really any award that the State Bar Foundation is considering somebody for. But when I got the call and I did some research to look up more about Mr. Shea, it is truly humbling to be mentioned, alongside his name, along with the other people who've been given this award. Just reading a few of the stories about Mr. Edward Shea as the father of professionalism, and reading about how his decorum really preceded him, and that he seemed to treat everyone with the kindness that everyone deserves, is truly inspiring, and a real example that I hope to be able to emulate at least some of, and just sort of adds to the honor and the weight of what this award is. And as I said, I look at some of the list of names of people who have been given this award, and it's an honor to be mentioned with people like Daryl Tarver and Judge Elizabeth Morris, Carl Eisler, and Regine Francois, just to name a few. And just to be mentioned with those people, these people I consider mentors and friends and colleagues, it is something that I don't take lightly, and is humbling to be in the same breath with them. And personally, it's something I take as inspiration to deepen my level of work and to try to raise my level of professionalism in the work that I try to do every day as a lawyer. And also have to thank my family structure, my wife Brenda, who has supported me through all the ebbs and flows of my career, changing jobs and getting into different bar activities. She's just been my steadfast North Star the entire time, sometimes shaking her head at me, but always there in support for whatever we decide to do. And also to my parents, who support both of us as they help us out with our children when we need it, but also the example that my parents set for me as I was growing up here in Baltimore. My mother was in the leadership of public health clinics at Mondawmin Mall and at Pennsylvania North Avenue, and would be picked up there, dropped off there, and I always see her treat every person on staff and every patient in the waiting room with the kindness and gentility that really is the example that I took, and something that I know has inspired me through my life, to treat everyone with the same respect that you would expect for yourself, regardless of your station or their station in life. And also have to thank my father, who really has always set the example of professionalism and decorum throughout my life. He had worked as a lawyer and really showed and introduced me to the professional world, and how one carries oneself, and how someone's good work and professional work can really be your calling card and show you how you conduct yourself in this profession. Similarly, both of their fathers were professional men who I got to see at a young age, also setting examples. So I've truly been privileged to have this deep well of support, and blessed to have these real examples of seeing people live out these values, and seeing how living these values has given them so much success. And so I'm just blessed that I've been able to have the support of my family and the mentors I mentioned earlier, that I'm just truly honored that I could be here today. I wouldn't be here without them. So I want to thank the committee again. I truly appreciate their consideration, and I really take this as more of not an award, but a call to action and reminder of the duty of professionalism that I owe to the profession, and my responsibility to pay this forward and to be the best example I can be. So I thank you, and I really appreciate everything that I've been given today.
Hello, I'm Jessica Kinkosa, and with me is Alice Chong. On behalf of the Maryland Bar Foundation and the Foundation Awards Committee, it is our distinct honor to introduce the Honorable Mary Ellen Barbera as the 21 recipient of the H. Vernon Eney Endowment Fund Award.
Like Mr. Eney, Chief Judge Barbera has demonstrated outstanding leadership in working to improve government and the administration of justice, especially as she has guided the Maryland judiciary through implementing MDEC and most recently COVID-19 pandemic. She embodies the principal characteristics of Mr. Eney, including excellence in the law, bar leadership, community leadership, and an enormous capacity for the work required to accomplish the goals he set.
While it would take a long time to list all of Chief Judge Barbera's accomplishments, we will do our best to highlight just a few of her accomplishments in this presentation.
Chief Judge Barbera was born in Baltimore, Maryland. She earned her undergraduate degree cum laude from Towson University. After graduating, she became a teacher in the Baltimore City public school system. She then went to law school at the University of Maryland School of Law.
After law school, Chief Judge Barbera was a law clerk to Judge Robert L. Karwicki on the Court of Special Appeals. During her early career, she was in the Attorney General's office, first as an Assistant Attorney General, and later becoming the Deputy Chief in Criminal Appeals. Chief Judge Barbera went on to become legal counsel for the Office of the Governor.
Chief Judge Barbera began her judicial career as a judge on the Court of Special Appeals. In 2008, she was elevated to the Court of Appeals and then became Chief Judge in 2013.
Chief Judge Barbera dedicates time to many bar committees, including her continued support and time of the Maryland State Bar Association's Leadership Academy. Chief Judge Barbera is a Maryland Bar Foundation Fellow. She has received many awards, including Maryland Leadership in the Law, Maryland's Top 100 Women, Robert C. Eney Award, Rita C. Davidson Award, the Maryland Hispanic Bar Association's Outstanding Achievement Award, and the list continues.
For these reasons and many more, Chief Judge Barbera is the ideal recipient for this year's Eney Award. Please allow us to introduce the Honorable Mary Ellen Barbera.
Thank you, members of the Board of the Bar Foundation. I'm deeply honored to have been chosen to receive the H. Vernon Eney Endowment Fund Award. I suspect my imminent retirement may have tilted the scales in my direction when other members of the bar are likely more deserving. I accept this award with the understanding that any accomplishments in improving the administration of justice made during my time as Chief Judge were, of course, not made by me, but rather by a legion of dedicated and committed public servants who have worked to increase access to justice and to deliver fair and effective justice, even during the most difficult times. They could not have achieved what they did without the contributions of an equally dedicated bar. Thank you for your commitment. To achieve these improvements, we all necessarily have stood upon the shoulders of those who worked assiduously before us. The work we, all of us, need to accomplish as a justice system, as a state, and as a nation is not done. My hope is that those who will stand on our shoulders to carry the work forward will find the firm footing necessary to carry, not just bend, the arc of the moral universe to, not just toward, justice, equal justice, under law, for all. Thank you again for this honor.
Hello, my name is Regine Francois Williams. I am the chair of the Maryland Bar Foundation Fellows Committee. On behalf of the committee, the Foundation's Board of Directors, and the current fellows, I have the honor of presenting the 2021 class of Maryland Bar Foundation Fellows. Selection as a Maryland Bar Foundation Fellow is recognition for those in their professional, private, and public careers have demonstrated outstanding dedication to the welfare of their communities, the administration of justice, and to the objectives of the Maryland Bar. Contributions from the fellows allow the foundation to provide financial support for legal public service projects across the state. To the 2021 class of fellows, thank you for your support and welcome to the Maryland Bar Foundation. Katrina C. Aquilino, Jamie L. Alvarado Taylor, Christina Badalian, Richard J. Bruckner, Jannard F. Butler II, David L. Kahn, William E. Carlson, Fred L. Hoover, Anne W. Coventry, Aaron B. DeGraffenreidt, Michael J. Dante, Hillary G. Evans, Stephen K. Feather, Fernando E. Guerra, Troy C. Hansen, Alfonso S. Hearns, Heather A. Hillman, Lisa Hess, Lane Orfneff, Morris Klein, J. B. Knight, Heather R. Conyer, Richard D. London, Maylee A. Manley, Jessica Markham, Amanda A. McCarthy, Natasha M. Nazareth, David F. Risk, Gretchen A. Rogers, Clint Rosso, Raphael Centini, Matthew Skipper, Sharnay L. Smith, Jamal W. Stafford, Jamie K. Sterling, Matthew D. Trollinger, Stephen B. Vinnick, Daryl L. Tarver,